Hey everyone, welcome back to MB Studio, and today I'm here with a brand new video for you guys. We're going to be talking about Heartland Season 15, Episode 6. I'm here with my mom, Stacy. Thanks for joining me.
Hey guys.
Okay, so, um, this is so you guess I guess you can call this a wedding episode, even though it wasn't like a official wedding, but it was a celebration with the Heartland family, and it's nice to have those every once in a while because we don't get those often. And I think it was a really good episode. And I definitely feel like they did bring back the family aspect really well, like last week's episode did. I like how they brought characters back. I like how they made it. I think memorable. Great Tim episode. I thought definitely the best we've seen in a long time. Um, and what do you think of it?
Yeah, I thought it was a good episode. I liked that it was kind of that core group, and a few other people added in from a while back, and I like that. So yeah, I thought it was a really good episode.
Yeah. So pretty much last episode, Tim's like, let's have a party to celebrate. And Jessica hesitantly agreed. Well, then we go into this episode, and more plans are being added to this small party, which eventually leads into the wedding, but not before she calls it off first. Because, originally, I mean, for Tim, it's just very much a go big or go home kind of thing. However, I do think I kind of understand where Tim is coming from, how he wants the big family thing. I mean, I know um, this is his family. I mean, he hasn't had like a wedding in a really long time. So I know that he wants like he also wants Jessica to be added in the family to a fair way, in a memorable way. So I do think Jessica might have overreacted a little bit. But I do understand where she's coming from. How she wanted things to be like staying like the low end and wanted more like just a simple vibe, and Tim kind of turned that into something bigger. But what do you think of that whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, you can see both sides. I mean, I understand, Tim loves her and he wants to share this special part of the ceremony and stuff with his family that missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And but I understand where she's coming from as well. She's coming from her own baggage. Her parents divorced, and everyone she knew that had marriages ended in divorce, and that scares her. So yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
can see both sides of the story here.
Yes.
Hmm.
And Jessica had a great moment with Jack. Pretty much, I would say father-in-law, daughter-in-law, but not no. But
Hmm. Yeah.
it kind of had that vibe to it, like um, before the wedding kind of like bonding moment. I like that moment. And then I like how Jessica asked Lou to be her bridesmaid
Hmm.
or her maid of honor,
Made of
and
honor.
Tim asked Jack to be his best man.
Hmm.
I think it just shows how much the Tim and Jack relationship has improved over the course of the show. I think it's definitely at its best here. Would you agree?
Definitely. Yeah.
Um, I'm really glad that they're not arguing right now, because
Hmm.
that would be worst case scenario. I thought it was funny how Tim just expected Jack to write a song though.
It's
Um,
typical Tim.
yeah. Um, Also weird that I feel like I don't know. I felt like in that one scene they put a lot of emphasis on Caleb and Ashley's wedding for some reason.
That was funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
bringing that up.
yeah. Because I don't know. Ashley hasn't been mentioned like in like seasons, so
Right.
it was just funny. Try to think of what else. Okay, and then the wedding comes around, and it's a really sweet. It actually looks really good. It reminded me of Homework, to be honest. The set, I think they did a really good job of decorating it, but
Hmm.
also making it like not too fancy, like Heartland fancy.
Hmm.
I just think it looked really nice. Again, the set was good. I liked her dress. Um, and yeah, it was a really sweet wedding. Again, we don't really get many of those in Heartland, so it's hard to like compare them if you want to say.
Hmm.
But we waited for Tim to find true love for the whole show, and he's gone through so many people. I'm trying to think back: Miranda, Janice, Casey, and now he's found his
Hmm.
one person. I mean, out of all the other ones, I would definitely say Casey would be the best choice for him. And what's interesting is I feel like they built up Casey for so long, and then they got rid of her, and then they didn't have Jessica in for long, and they made her the choice. It's just maybe a little bit of inconsistency right there, and writing, but I think it still worked out for. Um, and I think the Jessica character is a good actor too. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know her name, but I think she did a good job. Um, so Amy has been working with Logan to gentle this wild horse for Jessica, and they kind of like finish it off. So I thought that was really sweet, and how Logan was able to find a sense of belonging
Mm-hmm.
to and being comfortable with this family. Yeah, I mean, not much updates on him. I hope he'll stick around a little bit longer. But what do you think of that thing?
Yeah, I love that Amy's working with him and including him in and helping him to develop a sense of belonging where he feels left out. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes. Um, okay, so I thought we'll talk about Lou and Peter last because that was pretty big thing. So we got Caleb also here too, and we have Jade who's also comes back. I was kind of worried that they weren't going to bring her back though, just because I didn't see her on set any because I followed the actress on Instagram. I thought maybe she was done.
mm-hmm.
Because she was only like in one episode last season or something. But I'm glad they brought her back. I think because she's really her relationship with Tim. I think has really progressed. It is kind of like a father daughter relationship
Definitely.
in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we see more of it, of course, but I think it makes sense that she would be there. And Tim and Caleb is kind of like a father son. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
again, it's different, but I think it has that vibe to it.
You can see why they would be there.
hmm
Yeah.
um, yeah, I thought. Um, I also think the Jade and Parker, because I completely forgot they were siblings,
Mm-hmm.
and how Logan asked Jade to dance, and she said, "Go dance with my sister,"
Yeah.
because she would love that. I thought that was
Yeah.
thought that was sweet. And then Caleb and Jade shared a scene where she pretty much said, I'm on the circuit all the time and I'm winning, but no one's talking to me. I feel lonely. I'm feeling like I don't have any other sense of life besides being on the circuit. And Caleb helped convince her that there is more to her and that she's found her family as this Heartland family. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was really sweet. What do you think of that scene
Yeah.
with them?
Yeah. I thought that was once again, the Heartland family drawing people in and
Mm-hmm.
making them feel included, and it's a neat characteristic about this family.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I thought, Caleb being there for Amy. Amy was good too. I think Amy probably had a little bit of a. It was hard for her first wedding since Ty died.
Right.
And of course, they didn't really show that. I do. Well, I did see a little. I'm not sure if you saw a little glimpse of her when her dad put the engagement ring on Jessica. They cut to her for a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I thought that was made a little glimpse of her being, sad about
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
And then Caleb and Peter shared a scene. I always feel like this is like an underrated friendship. I mean, sure they've gone through some big obstacles in the past, but it's nice when they let them share a scene, because it is kind of like a bromance, if you want to call it that we don't see on the show at all. Besides, I guess maybe Tim and Jack. So, and pretty much Caleb's like go for it, and I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
with Lou, and I thought it was a good bonding scene. What do you think of that?
Yeah. It was cute. It's funny.
Um, so yeah, we have Lou and Peter. They're like kind of like making out the whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
It really reminded me of like a teen couple or like young adult couple trying to hide their. So they were I guess trying to go back and like bring humor in for that. And pretty much they're dancing around the big conversation that they need to have. They still need to have it. I feel like. I mean, they need to make decisions about their future. Peter, I think, needs to get a job near the ranch. I don't think they can keep doing long distance. What do you agree? Like,
Yeah.
there,
Definitely.
yeah, there needs to be a change because that's what broke them apart in the first place. So,
Well, I think Lou has to
mhm,
say yes, she wants that, and
mhm.
you know.
And I do think that this is like a season long story that'll end with them getting back together. Um, but I just think it's still going to take a little bit of time. It's not going to be as easy as last episode the ending might have shown. And I thought I actually liked the ending. Lou was a little bit Lou, like normal Lou. I feel like last episode, from this episode, we saw a big change.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was a good choice of Luna make on her part, and how she still kind of feels scared. Like, she doesn't want her heart to get broken again, or Katie's heart to get broken again. She doesn't want that. And Peter was very much like, this is the right decision.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, which is fine on his part. I mean, I know he's seen Lou with Mitch and everything, and he's probably been jealous. So, but now I think it's good of Lou to say we need to take a step back. And I need to think this is the right decision for everyone involved. So yeah, what do you think of that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's good for them to be cautious and think it through and make sure it's the right thing before they get the kids involved. I think that's definitely good thinking.
Yeah, and I do. Yeah, like I said, I do think this is like a season-long story, though.
Yeah.
And on a positive note, I'm hoping. So, and I do think it was almost kind of like a Hallmark thing with the two of them. I'm not like a Hallmark couple thing. I feel like that might be like might be trying to tell a little story there, which is a good thing because Lou needs some happiness, even if it's with her ex-husband. And I think that'll be good for her.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, that's pretty much it. It was a good episode. Very classic Heartland, I would say. Like last week, I mean, I think probably tied these two as very great episodes. Probably the best we've seen in seasons, in my opinion. Anything else you want to say before we close?
That's it. It's good.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be back next week to talk about the new episode. So thanks so much for watching Beauty Studio, and bye everyone.